Heidi Easley here, and I am going to be painting surfboards today. So I am actually a guest today on Craft Creations. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for having me, and thank you for sending me these awesome little surfboards. And those of y'all that know my story, that's where I got started, was painting surfboards. So at the end, if you don't mind, when you come on, if you don't mind, just say hi and tell me where you're from. And also tell me, I would love to hear, because this whole theme today is endless summer. It's like I don't want the summer to end. And the whole theme is endless summer. So if you can tell me your favorite place you've ever vacationed or your vacation destination you want to go to, I would love to hear. Okay, so here's what I did. I took one of Craft Creations blank boards that they sent me, and then all I did was I put a white coat, okay? So there's just the white coat, and there's two different sizes. So you can see I started on this one, but you can see the difference in the sizes based on a human adult, if that makes any sense. Okay, so I'm gonna just show you some easy techniques. So if you were to order one of these, you could do this in a matter of just not too long. I would say in an hour. I'm gonna kind of work quickly. I'm just using regular masking tape. And then for those of you that have no idea who I am and you're like, why are you on Craft Creations Facebook page and what is going on here? My name is Heidi Easley. I'm the owner of Texas Art and Soul, and I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties. So if you have not gotten this yet, you can actually get this in the description, the link in the description. But basically what I'm going to show you today is how to kind of get this in here, how to just kind of get your colors, okay? So I went ahead and started here, and then in a minute I'm going to show you how to do a couple of hibiscus, really easy. Sherry says, I actually made it. Yay! Yay, Sherry. And Sherry's here. Hey, Melody. Thank you for letting me be on. And then and I'm going to show you how to put a name on here, too. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just take a big fat brush. You can get this from the dollar store or wherever. And let me see if I just bring that down, if I can sit with y'all. Okay, awesome. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. And let me know, I'd love to know your endless summer, your favorite vacation destination while I paint, because I'm just going to show you some tips and tricks and kind of tell you a little bit about why paint parties, why they are so fun, whether you're doing paint parties or not, why just, having something cool like this to do with your kids, your grandkids, whatever the case is so much fun. So I'm just taking this, I'm putting a Calypso blue. So I love Americana paints. They just really cover very well. So I just did a white, and tell me if you can't see this. Oh, and thank you for the hearts. Facebook, they change their rules all the time. And so when y'all give hearts and likes, it tells Facebook that you want to keep seeing this. So I really appreciate the hearts and likes. Thank you. So I'm just kind of going along this edge right here. And then I'm going to take it, and while I have this big, thick brush out, I'm just going to do this. Let's see, Pamela says, I can't view it, it won't open. Oh, that's weird. Try going out and back in if you can hear me. Sometimes there's a glitch, and you have to just go out and back in. And then at the end of this broadcast, I'm going to pick one person who's still on and that I see commenting. And Craft Creations is going to ship you one of these surfboards so you can do your own. So thank y'all so much for being here. It's just a way to say thank you, and thank you for watching. And I'm just going to start putting this on here. Now, how many of y'all have actually painted a wooden surfboard before? Okay, has anybody out there actually painted a wooden surfboard? And this is my very first business that I did by accident. I don't know if you can see behind me. See those surfboards behind the Mona Lisa? That right there those surfboards back there. That was my very first business over 10 years ago. Sherry says, I love your arm reminder. Yes, so I think it's so important that we just always tell ourselves great words. I mean, words are so powerful. And yesterday I had a rough day. I mean, I was just in a bad mood, and I just really, like, everything was going wrong. And you just have to stop and remind yourself, like, even on our really bad days, we probably have it better than 99% of what's out there, So I just have to go, okay, it's going to be okay. Just go to bed, start Tuesday. It's going to be a lot better. So I think it's really powerful to put words, scriptures, not only on your wall, but on your body. Like, I just wrote this with Sharpie, and I just think it's an important message for all of us. To know, like, you may be a beginner painter and you may be thinking, like, hey, this girl's using masking tape and a big brush from Lowe's, and I can probably do this, So I just really want you to know that this is something you can do, whether you're going to teach it as a paint party or whether you're just going to have some fun with it, and just do something fun. Maybe you have, like, a grandkid that is into surfing. How cool would it be and just take this and chunk it, how cool would it be to, like, make them a surfboard like this and give it to them for a Christmas present or just a fun little gift with their name on it? I think that's been the biggest thing. So when I was selling these, oh, thank you. Yeah, if y'all have questions for me, let me know. And thank y'all for being here. We have so many people on. Audrey says, thank you for being so accessible to us. It's so informative to watch you paint and all the tips. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, my surfboard story. I'm going to tell a few of y'all a little bit about that. I know some of you haven't heard it, but if you are just new to me, if you have not learned about this ebook, get it. It's in the description. You can get it for free. It's an instant download. And basically how I got my start as an entrepreneur is, my family went bankrupt. We lost everything. I was pretty much in this rut of life sucks and everything is going to be bad forever. What I'm doing, guys, I'm just putting another line right here. Yeah, some of y'all might be in the coastal areas where you could sell a crap load of these. So Craft Creations has them. All you have to do is order them. So when we were doing these, we actually were cutting them ourselves, and it was insane. We ended up cutting a lot. I'll tell you that in just a second. But I wish I would have known about Craft Creations back then. I would have just called Melody and ordered them from her. So much easier. So basically, we lost everything. And if you've heard this story, I'm really sorry. So these are for the people that haven't heard the story. So basically, we lost everything, and I was just really depressed. I wasn't even 30. I had a new baby / almost toddler, and she's 13 now. And I remember just being so embarrassed, like, I cannot believe I failed this much. Fast forward, I had no idea back, around 2007, pretty much everybody was crashing, especially in Florida area. And so I just went into this hole. I just was depressed. I was sad. We had, this house on the beach, and we named our daughter Pixie, if that tells you anything. Like, I was obsessed with Tinkerbell, and thank goodness I did not get a tattoo of Tinkerbell, or it'd be all saggy on my hip right now. But I gained some serious weight. That's another conversation whenever I was pregnant. When you're pregnant, like, I don't know, I like to dip everything in ranch. Like, every single thing was in ranch. It was crazy. Hey, Delana. Hey, everybody. And so, anyway, long story short, we ended up losing everything. I had this awesome painted room where I thought we were going to, basically be teaching her. I mean, I thought we were going to have, raise her there. And then my husband lost his job, and things just kind of came crashing down. Well, after a while, I started to use Art to Heal, which I'd painted since I was 14. I just added a simple little stripe there, nothing major. And I'd painted since I was 14, and I really loved it. And I didn't think of it as a way to heal at the time. But then I used some spare wood from my sister's house. By then we had moved into some apartments. And I had used some spare wood from my sister's house. Hey, Brenda. And and I started painting these little surfboards, about this size. We just kind of cut them out, and I started painting them. And the thing that happened was I would bring them to school and just work on them, during a break. And I taught about 850 kids a week at this elementary school. And so I'm going to start with the liner brush, guys. I'm going to start drawing these hibiscus. And so I just want you to watch it, how easy these are, okay? It's really, really, it's kind of a simple technique. But I just want you to kind of watch this while I'm yapping. So anyway, I started, taking them up there to work on during school. And what happened was these kids would start going, Miss Easley, oh my gosh, can you please paint me a surfboard? And I was like, oh my gosh, no, these are for something else. And then about, another group of kids would come in. Miss Easley, can you paint me a surfboard? Oh my gosh. And they would just go crazy over these surfboards. And it didn't really hit until like the 150th kid said it. And I was like, oh, maybe this could get me out of my situation and I could start painting some surfboards and sell them. And so if you know anything about, has anybody been to Panama City Beach? If you have, just put a yes or a heart. If you know anything about Panama City Beach, there's this awesome place called Pier Park. And so I just drew that. Guys, I'm going to walk you through how I drew this. So basically, I just kind of take it, I put my pinky here, and I just do like a big U, but bring the U in, and then another little U. So it's a simple little U, and then I bring the U out, bring it in, bring the U out, and then just kind of continually. And you can adjust as needed. 1, 2, 3, 4. I like to try to have 5 so that you have it like that. And I'm going to fill these in. Kind of like that. And I'll just kind of fill them in. And at the end of the broadcast, those of y'all that are new, I'm going to pick one person that's been commenting to give one of the surfboards to, that Craft Creation is going to ship you one so you can make your own. And then if you are new to me, go ahead and make sure you download the ebook. The link is in the description. So anyway, after about the 150th kid said, Miss Easley, paint me one. Oh my gosh, I gotta have that. A light bulb went off and I thought, yeah, maybe I can get my family out of this situation. So I call my mother-in-law and talk to my husband. I'm gonna mix a little bit of orange twist with this pink. And I said, I tell them the idea and they're like, oh my gosh, yeah, let's try it. So I take, this surfboard that's not even finished. I take this surfboard that has wet polyurethane on it and I take it up to the place called Pier Park and it's still there. It's awesome. I go there every year. And I said, can I sell these at your fine establishment? This fine mall establishment? And, oh, thanks, Greta. And, he's like, well, yeah, I think you can make some money. So, to my shock, we work out a deal for me to rent a 10 by 10 space of concrete, which is right in front of Starbucks. I still, when I go up there, I can still see little bitty, paint splatters from where I was there. And so, we decide we're going to do this. So we start, hand sawing all of these, which, by the way, I wish I would have known about Craft Creations back then. I would have just ordered. But instead, we had hand sawed all these. We had, gotten ready, and we were ready to set up. And by golly, my life was going to change. Like, it's going to work. Everything's going to be fine. And here I am, sitting ready to sell these surfboards. We have invested, every weekend, every cent we had left. I mean, everything. And nobody was buying. Like, it was just dead. And I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh, seriously? I put all this money, all this time, all my family's time, and this is our plan B. When you're in your 20s and you've already failed that much before you've turned 30. Like I always say, bankruptcy to business owner before the age of 30, because I had failed so much. And when you're at that age, you just think like, that's it, like it's done, right? You know, we don't realize there's going to be a zillion other opportunities. We don't realize that. But in the moment, you know, it feels like that's it. So what do you do when you failed miserably and you don't know what to do next? You go to Buffalo Wild Wings and you have a drink. Okay, so my mother-in-law senses my frustration. She grabs me and says, let's go to Buffalo Wild Wings. Let's, you know, have a drink and just, you know, regroup. So we're there and I'm like, what's my plan B? Wait, this was my plan B. What's my plan C? I don't have a plan C. Like, how am I going to do this? And then the next thing you know, I'm a little, you know, a couple drinks in and my husband calls. And it's the phone call that changes everything. He calls and he says, Heidi, get over here. We have orders. And I'm like, no, we don't. You're lying. And he's like, yes, we have orders. You have to come back. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I look at my mother-in-law and she's like, go, go, go. And so I walk across the street, you know, tipsily, if I am honest with you. And I look, and this was the moment that changed everything. You know, my husband's sitting there at the table and he's got this whole thing of paper tickets. We have these little paper tickets people filled out if they wanted a surfboard order. And so he has this whole thing of paper tickets. And he's like, get to painting, Heidi. And I remember, like, I was so flat on my face, like, done. Like, thinking, you know, it's done, it's over. Like, you know, life sucks, life's hard, I'm not even 30, I have this toddler running around, I don't even know what to do, you know, just totally like done for. And then it was like in that moment, God like scooped me up and like catapulted me up and said, you know, not only are you gonna be okay, Heidi, not only are things going to be okay and you're gonna learn from this, but you are going to get to do what you love forever, which is paint, which is my favorite thing in the world. And so from that moment, I remember just like that unshakable confidence of like being so far down thinking my life sucks. And now looking back is the weirdest thing, because whenever I think about the word bankruptcy, like I smile. I almost smile when I'm like, oh my gosh, this is crazy, because it has taught me so much about life. It's taught me about my marriage. It's taught me about God, about God's grace, about his forgiveness, about how much we can totally screw up and still be worthy, you know, of great things coming our way. And so, yeah, so long story, not short, we went on to sell over 1,000 hand-painted surfboards, which meant we sawed them, which, by the way, I would have gotten Craft Creations, which meant we sawed 1,000 surfboards, which meant this slow painter of one painting a year is all I could do. I ended up painting 1,000 custom boards with names free-handed on each board within 2 months, just working 3 days a week, basically 12 to 16 hours a day. So if it was raining, I was in my car painting until 2 in the morning, because I knew every single surfboard I sold was $20 more towards my family's future. So I sold this size here for $20, which now looking back, I probably could have easily gotten 25 a piece from them, because people were just buying them. And what we found out is, of course, people were on the beach during the day, and then at night they're shopping. And for some reason, even living there, it didn't hit that. I just was so, it didn't, you know, hit that, oh my gosh, that's what it is, you know. And so it was such a crazy, eye-opening experience. And then it's given me so much confidence. So as I moved from Florida to North Texas, it was a little harder to sell surfboards. And that's how I have gotten into the paint party business. And that's how me and Craft Creations have kind of come together to collaborate on this, to show you if you are doing paint parties, you can just order. You don't have to be out there sawing. You know, I have a party on Saturday, and we're doing a party at Chick-fil-A, and it's these cute little llamas. And so I had to have some little pieces of wood. So me and my husband today, in 102-degree weather in Texas, we're sawing these pieces of wood for Saturday, because I did not get my order in on time with Craft Creations. And I'm like, Why? If I would just plan right and order appropriately, I would not be in that position. Okay, so I'm going to start adding some hot pink to this, and then I'm going to go back and add some really cool stuff here. Okay, so anybody have any questions? And again, if you're just tuning in, my name is Heidi. I'm kind of hijacking Craft Creations' Facebook page today. I will be picking one of you as you're doing comments at the end, and Craft Creations is going to ship you one of these surfboards so that you can paint your own. And then if you're thinking about teaching paint parties, check this out. The link is in the description, and it's an immediate download. So it's 40 pages of how to start a paint party, mobile paint party business. So make sure you check those out. But this is also another, I'm calling this Endless Summer. This is another fun thing that you could do. It's like a last minute, like back to school, like Endless Summer. What do you want to do? You know, kind of something fun. And you could have the kids doing their own surfboards. Or you could even take custom orders. Now, I sometimes do custom orders, but honestly, I would rather teach it as a paint party because I just, you know, the time versus the amount of money is just a lot different. So if you have any questions about the sizes of these, I know Melody from Craft Creations is in the chat right now answering any questions about the sizes and the prices and all of that good stuff. And their quality is really good. So I've been using them for quite a while now, and I have really, you never really have to worry about any of the quality, and their shipping times are always really good. And I've even had times when I'm like, oh my gosh, Melody, I'm cutting this close, and I'll, email her to say, oh my gosh, can you help me out? And she'll double check, yeah, it's coming, it's on its way. So then I can make sure I have what I need before the party. Okay, so I'm just adding some pops of this neon. How many of y'all have used neon paint? I am like kind of obsessed with it right now. I've been using a black light, and I have a surprise. I have an online group called Paint Party Headquarters where I teach women how to make money teaching paint parties. And I have a really cool painting I'm about to release to them, and it has to do with neon paints. So this is one of the neon paints here, the Mona Lisa. I'm going to be adding some more details, and that all goes with, hello? Hi. Oh, my family's home. It all goes with some really cool black light. So you can put a black light on it, and it all like shines. It's so cool. Okay, so I'm going to take black, and I'm just going to kind of go crazy on this. So can y'all see this board okay? Again, I'm taking a 6 round, and I just want to show you how you can kind of add palm trees or hibiscus. So if I take this and I want to add, actually I might go back to this flat one. So I'm going to go to the flat, 1 inch flat, and I'm just going to get the paint this way and then put it on both ways like this. So this part's really flat and thin. And then I'm just going to kind of take my tree and just a little bit bigger on the base than it is on the front. Can y'all see that? Is it in the right way? Sorry guys. We got family just came home, and I think our friend's trying to come over to play with Pixie. So I'm just taking this, y'all, and I'm just barely just brushing it down. Like that. And somebody in design told me, they said, either have y'all heard that design trick? Either have 3, 5, or 7. Never have like even numbers. Delina says, Heidi, if you charge $25 for a small one, how much would you increase for the larger one? Well, if I wouldn't take, if I was doing them like at a place, I would charge $25 like on the spot. But I might charge $30 now. And then the large one, this size, I would probably charge $55 because again, in a second, you're gonna see me put a name on here. So I want you to remember, doing this as a paint party, calling it Endless Summer, doing it as like a kids paint party or even an adult paint party. It's so, you can make the money so much easier. But as you do, if you're doing just one-offs where you're just doing commissions here and there, like right now I think I have 5 commissions stacked up and it's making me a little nervous because I know I have to make time to sit in my studio for several hours to paint those when I could do a paint party and make triple that money in way less time. So I think it's just really important to remember your goals because as creative people, we get so excited and we kind of get all over the place. I know I'm like that. Are you like that? Are you like that? Don't lie to me. Don't make me feel like I'm the only one. I know I'm not the only one. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do this and just kind of make them look like they're going together. And then another fun thing that I did when I was selling these surfboards is I would put the Easleys or the Carols, and then I would put bar and grill or backyard, something kind of like a patio sign or something like that. Oh my gosh, Sherry says we are building an outdoor kitchen. Great idea and perfect addition. Yes, so you could put something really cute. So Delana, for my parties, I would charge $35 for this one. If it was a kids party, I would charge maybe $25, and then $35 if it was an adult. And then for this one at a adult party, I would charge $40 to $45. Yeah. So let me see. So I'm going to do just a little. Can y'all see this? I want y'all to be able to see. So I'm just doing like a frowny face, a frowny face, a frowny face, a frowny face, a frowny face. Once I have my frowny faces, all I'm doing is just literally just a little brush down. Just barely. I'm just using some of the paint and pulling it like that. And that's it. Pretty much pretty simple, right? Very easy stuff. Now, you can get all crazy and go wild on these and put, surfers and all kinds of stuff, but you don't have to. So I'm going to show you how to write a name. Now, if you have a vinyl cutter, of course, add vinyl for the name. I'm just going to freehand it just to be quick, just to kind of be quick and show y'all. But of course, if you have a vinyl cutter, that's always a better way. If you don't have a vinyl cutter, using like a carbon paper, yeah, I could add coconuts on there too. Let me see, add a few. And then I could add a little bit of a highlight. So then if I have that, I can just wipe this off. Kind of like that. And then you could even do a line in here. Can y'all see that? I want to make sure. Let's see. I just love watching and hearing your stories. Oh, thank you, Tammy. Yeah, I know I tend to overshare a lot. I'm an oversharer. I tend to overshare. But I appreciate y'all being on here. So I'm just taking a little bit of that gray and just for fun, really just kind of to add to it. And again, you can go crazy. And then if y'all want, do y'all want me to show y'all the black light against that Mona Lisa here in a minute? If you want, I can show y'all. Just let me know in the comments. Let's see, and the one on the ground, LOL. Let me see. Can't see the other folks' comments. The page is messed up, but maybe on my end, never had this happen before. Sue, try going out and back in. Is everybody else able to see okay? Custom creations, craft creations, can y'all do custom cut orders for my paint parties? Craft creations, I am almost 100% sure that answer is yes. So if you want to comment, Melody, but yeah, I know our truck and tree last year that was paying for everyone's Christmas was a design I had drawn up and then sent to them. The sunflower was a design I drew up and sent to them, and then they went, they made them for us. Okay, all right, so on your hibiscus, I forgot to show y'all this. You can also add just a little line. Just start here, kind of push, and then bring it out. So just kind of mixing those colors, push it here, and then bring it out. And then you can take the back of your brush. I'm going to do it with blue so it shows up. And just do some little dots. Same thing on this side. Just kind of take it, push, bring it over. And then take this and do some little dots. And then another fun thing to do is take it and just put a few little dots in your hibiscus. And you could even go as far as outlining this hibiscus if you want. And then I'm going to show you how to put a name on here. So what was crazy is when I was doing these surfboards and we had like sometimes 60 orders in a night, it was insane. Because they wouldn't order during the day. They would start ordering around 6 p.m. And so from 6 p.m. to whatever, I was just, as fast as possible painting. And then I would have my friend Allison, who was amazing. Pixie at the time was so young. She would kind of show up and, paint all over the place. And it was hilarious. I have a really cute picture of her back then. But it was so fun because, I would have my friend or Bobby or my mother-in-law, they would be painting, if somebody ordered the blue and the green, they would start doing the striping, and they would just paint them and get them ready for me and then turn them over to me. And then I would quickly add the palm trees. I would add the little waves or whatever design they had. I had almost like a book that they could pick what they wanted. Looking back, I would have made way less suggestions because I was like, sure, I'll do whatever you want. I remember this one time, this guy paid $20 and it was like a wedding. It was to propose to his future wife, and I was doing footprints in the sand and all kinds of stuff. And it was before I had confidence of wait, I can say no. And yes, this is way more than $20 worth of work, but no, not then, because I knew that $20 was going to help my family. So here I am. I was just like, you want footprints? Okay. You want what? Okay. I was doing a $150 commission on a $20 surfboard. I was like, okay, now I've learned my lesson, and I definitely charge more than that's worth my time. But in the past, I was just like, oh, sure, that'd be great. Yes, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to write Pixie on here. I am dealing with wet paint, so just so you know, some of this may smear a little. And then I always highly recommend glitter glue. This is so fun once the glue dries. Oh, yay. It says, your paintings are beautiful. Love the surfboards. I'm really excited about the surfboards, Pat says, and Tammy says. Yeah, these are so much fun, y'all. I love them. It was just such a fun time in my life. And when I talk to Craft Creations about kind of collaborating and doing this, I'm like, endless summer, why not do surfboards? It's just such a fun time. So again, I would recommend if you have a vinyl cutter, do a vinyl cutter. Hey Anita, hey Jan. And then all you have to do is just either freehand and go for it, or you can look at lettering and go for it there. But I'm just gonna kind of freehand and just kind of go for it. So I'm gonna just kind of get my pinky here. And I have my hair inside it's probably not the best technique. Don't put your hair in it. So I'm just kind of going over it. As you can tell, anytime I freehand, I use my pinky. How many of y'all shake when you paint? Is there anybody on here that shakes when you paint? I am one of those people that I think because I drink way too much coffee, and I love my caffeine, that I really do. If I don't anchor that pinky, my hands it'll just shake, and it doesn't go over well. So I'm just gonna I started with cursive, so I'm gonna end with cursive. Hey, honey.
Surfboards again.
And Bobby says surfboards again.
It all started.
That's where it all started, man. Some good days. Yeah, those were some fun times once they started selling. It was crazy just the hope that it brought back to our life, I think was really cool. Because I can remember, like, you know, when you get so, I don't know, have y'all ever been where you're like so excited about something? You know, like you can be in this like state of just like so uninspired, and then you find something that's working, or you find something that you're really excited about, and then it just gives you like this hope and this reason to like want to create or do things. And I can remember like me and Bobby sitting up late at night. You know, we would finish, you know, doing surfboards till 12, 1, 2 in the morning, and have people meet us the next day to deliver them, because they would order them like at 10:30 or 11 at night, and we were getting ready to shut down. But I would take their order, and I remember like laying in bed just being so excited. I mean, we were taught, you know, creative people, we're like, oh my gosh, you know, we could make surfboard furniture. Like, I had so many plans, so many plans. And I think that's what happens when we're creative. We just get so overwhelmed by all the opportunities. But I think that the greatest thing about paint parties is it's really been able to focus my attention to where instead of I'm all over the place doing this, doing that, I can do a paint party and schedule these paint parties, and my life isn't so chaotic that I can't handle it, you know. And because again, we can just get so sidetracked by so many opportunities. But if we're like, okay, I'm gonna order some surfboards from Craft Creations, and I'm gonna, you know, have a, you know, endless summer paint party coming back to school, or whatever the case is, teach these people how to do this, and then you're making a bulk amount in just a short amount of time versus, you know, all over the place. So anyway, I just love that Craft Creations has so many great things like that, and they're also really willing to, like, if you have an idea, you can tell them and say, hey, is this something y'all could maybe make? And they're really good about doing that and allowing that to happen. Okay, so on this one, we could add hibiscus, we could add whatever. I really kind of want to just, I don't know, I kind of want to put somebody's last name. Let me see, who is a crazy, or bar and grill? I might put like a bar. What's a good saying? What's a good saying for, oh, Sue, thank you. If you like what you're seeing, join our group. Yes, Paint Party Headquarters, the doors are closed right now. However, we open up September 15th, so mark your calendars. We open up September 15th, and I don't think the doors will open until probably March after that, because I have, you know, so many things that I have in store for Paint Party Headquarters ladies, and I just want to get it all to them. You know, I get so excited. Like today, you know, this week is called our Creative Week, and I'm technically not supposed to be posting new stuff in there so that we all have time to implement. And I'm like, girls, I just got to show you something. Like, I just can't stand it sometimes. I have to show them new things, and I just get so excited. Okay, so I'm going to put on here bar and grill, and then I'll put a last name up here. Let's see. Again, I highly recommend using your cutter, especially if you're not used to freehanding. And this could go out on a patio. And then all you have to do is spray a polyurethane. When I was teaching these, and guys, I'm about to wrap up and I'll announce the winner, but let me show you what to spray. So when I was teaching these, I remember a guy walked up and he's like, you really need to have a shine to these. So I would spray this with it right before they took it. And then I would just tell them, like, hey, it's going to be a few hours to dry, But once I sprayed this on it, the whole thing just like really shined and came to life. So you can get that at Lowe's for like $10. Where was I? Okay, let's see. It's funny, I want to make everything and do everything. My hubby says, just pick one thing and do that. You can't do everything. I know. I mean, you should see the other side of my art table because I'm working on several like secret projects and fun things coming up. And I told my husband, I was like, you've got to get my TV in here going. I got to get a movie on so I can just paint and listen. So today's been kind of a fun day of trying to, get a bunch of exciting things going for Paint Party headquarters. So this is just bar and grill. And again, if you are new to me, make sure you get this. This is in the description, and it's going to be an instant access. And if you don't see it in your email, that means it went to your spam. And then if anybody is wanting to order one of these surfboards, not the ones I've painted, but one that you can paint for yourself, Craft Creations has these on their website, and you can order them and they'll ship them directly to your house. So they're pretty quick with shipping. And then also if you are a business, like a lot of you that are teaching paint parties, if you're a business, you can get the wholesale price, which is even cheaper. So if you're ordering a bunch of these to do for a paint party. Let's see, it took me a few minutes to find you again. Oh, well, welcome back, Kristen. Sherry says, these are so cute. Thank you so much. Okay, so bar and grill. So I'm just going to put Siller Bar and Grill. That's actually, let me see. Would they want this on their patio? My mom would. I'm going to put Stewart Bar and Grill. It's like, while I'm making it, might as well make it for somebody I know will use it. Yeah, my dad's name is Rod Stewart. We had a lot of prank calls growing up. And my uncle's name was George Jones. So Rod Stewart and George Jones. Lots of prank calls. So I'm running out of room, so I'm just going to squeeze this in. And then anytime you're doing black and it's going into black, you can always take a liner brush and highlight like the inside, kind of to the left and the bottom, okay? Oh, thank y'all for the hearts and thank you for sharing. Okay, so I'm going to just show you a little quick liner trick, and then we will be done. And I will announce the winner. So I'm just going to pick somebody who's been commenting. Just pick a name, and then Craft Creations is going to send this to you. And then there's also, of course, I could do some fun stuff here. If you've ever seen my painted prayer techniques, I could technically do stenciling behind there with painted prayers with all the different stuff. I think that would be really cool. Okay, yeah, we do have cool names in our family. Okay, so Pixie's here. So maybe I would pick a color that I don't have. So let's see, purple, I don't really want to go with that. What color? Let me go with dark metallic. Okay, I'm going to use a darker metallic. This is a metallic paint aquamarine. And I'm just going to use it for the left and the bottom. So I'm just getting a liner brush. This is a Creative Mark from Jerry's Artorama. This is just a fine tip liner, size 2. And then all I'm going to do is just kind of go to the edge of it. And you want to get a lot of paint on your brush, okay? And this is a metallic. Y'all know, if you've watched me at all, you know I love some metallics. So much. My favorite metallic of all time is right here. If you do not own this yet, you must own it. If you go to my must-have products on my website, it's 24 karat gold. Oh my gosh, it's life-changing. So good. Okay, so I'm just kind of doing that. Love your videos, such a huge help. Also really like the metallic paint. I use it a lot. Thanks for referring us to Decorative. Yes. Oh, thank y'all for sharing. I'm so glad to hear about craft creations. This will be so helpful in the classes that I do at the shop. Awesome. Yeah, and you know, we have the saw. We have everything. We have the saw, and we've done the saw stuff for many years. Like I said, I mean, that's how we got our start, was sawing these out ourselves. And sometimes when we're in a pinch, I will still, you know, grab Bobby and we'll, you know, get out there and hustle and saw out some pallets or whatever the case is. But honestly, I would rather just order it and then spend my time booking the parties. You know, really booking the parties is where I like to teach the people to put the energy. Especially in Paint Party headquarters, that's really where I teach them to put the energy. Like, yes, all of the painting is fun, and yes, we all want to do the painting part, but the painting doesn't matter if you don't have a party booked, okay? So the way I teach people is a profit every party, and also, you know, use your resources. You know, I was kind of this person, you know, because I taught art for 10 years, so I was used to, you know, 35, 40 kids in a classroom at once. And so a lot of times I was like, you know, no, I'm not going to hire people because I'm used to that. Well, then I started thinking, oh my gosh, I can come across so much better and help people so much better if I, you know, if I guess the word would be greed. If I'm not so greedy and I just hire some help. What I realized was that I could be more present for my paint parties and really help people a lot more, and it makes the parties just that much better. And then, you know, I'm able to pay, you know, a high school student or somebody that, you know, needs a little bit of extra money to help, and then it's like the party is so much more fun for everybody. So I feel like the same way with these boards and stuff. Instead of me trying to go out and saw those like we were today. We were, you know, sawing those things last minute. Instead of going out and trying to do all of that, I can really put my concentration on something else. So this is kind of just the start, and then I would take it and I would spray this all over it so it makes it shiny. And then this is kind of the almost finished of this. I'm going to spruce it up a little bit and add some more color. But yes, let's see. Doreen says, can we use these surfboards in our group? Yes, Doreen, you can use these exact designs in Paint Party headquarters for sure. Does anybody want to see the blacklight Mona Lisa? Let me know with a heart or a yes, and then I'm going to show y'all the Mona Lisa and pick a winner. So let me know if you want to see that. I think we're getting some yeses. Okay. Okay. Let me see if it will show up. So this is a blacklight I got from Walmart, and I'm kind of obsessed. I did this in blacklight too. Ugh. So let me see if I can pull this a little closer. Okay, good. Everybody wants to see the blacklight. Let me see if I can pull this closer without taking down the entire place here. Okay. All right. So it's a lot of light, but I want to show you. Okay, let me turn off the lights. Hold on. All right, it's going to get dark for a minute, and then I will pick the winner. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this was a trick-or-treat sign I did the other day, and you can tell it's a 6-foot board. It's really large and giant. It has a cat on it, but it's all done in these metallic paints. And when you put it up close, and again, we are not in solid dark because it's just still light outside, but see when you put it up close, how it shines? Can y'all see that? It like glows. Let me see if I can get y'all closer. And Mona Lisa is glowing too. Hold on. Let me see if I can get y'all closer because this is really cool. Okay. Let me unplug ya. All right. Hello. Here we go. Okay, so here is the Mona Lisa, and it's just kind of like, it's still bright, but whenever you do, let me turn it, let me put it on the floor. So you can see here's kind of the, can y'all see that? Okay, now let me show y'all. Sorry, it's gonna get a little dizzy for just a second. Do you see the difference? I really need Pixie to come in here. Can you see the difference? It like glows. I don't know if you can see how it's glowing, but it's really, really cool. So that's one of them. And then this right here, just the whole thing. See how it glows? So it goes from that to really like shining. So the coolest part about this is you could put it on your, see how it's like really shiny, like it's nothing, and then it goes to like really shines. You could put this like on your porch, and then you could have yeah, this, I just love this Mona Lisa so much. Yeah, she really shines. You could put this on your porch, and then you could have you know, change your porch light out to a black light, and it would be something really, really fun to have for Halloween. And I even thought like on the back would be cool to have go away, like trick or treat, and then go away on the other side. Tammy says, tell Rod Stewart hello from Paint Party Headquarters. I will tell Rod Stewart y'all said hello. Okay, so much we could do with these. Yeah, and for all of y'all in Paint Party Headquarters, I'm coming up with a really cool neon cat design that we're going to be able to use for our paint parties. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank y'all for watching these. Thanks to Craft Creations. If you are trying to order one of these cute little surfboards, they order it from Craft Creations. You can just go to their website. I'm actually on their stuff right now, but if you go and look, there's so many awesome things. But yeah, they're really cute and they're really fun to do for like endless summer stuff. And then just something fun to paint. You might have somebody for Christmas who loves surfing, and you might want to do something like this for a Christmas present. All right, so go to the link in the description if you want to get the free ebook that way. And then also the winner is of the free surfboard is going to go to Tammy Phillips. She says, love the quote on your arm. You are worthy. Well, Tammy Phillips, you are worthy of winning a surfboard. So Craft Creations, if you will just send them a message, they're going to ship out, what is going on with my hair? They're going to ship out one of these surfboards to you so that you can paint your own. All right, guys, thank y'all so much for being here with me. I appreciate all the hearts. Facebook really loves that. They show that we are doing stuff that y'all like and y'all want to see. So again, I am so appreciative of that. And I hope y'all have a great week. Thanks, Craft Creations, for letting me hijack your page. All right, talk to you later. Bye, guys.